The French president arrived at the sumptuous Palace of Versailles for an unprecedented speech. It was the first time in French history that a newly elected leader had convened a rare joint session of Parliament to outline his vision for his 5-year term.
Monsieur le Président de la République.
Emmanuel Macron says he wants to streamline Parliament by cutting the number of senators and MPs by a third. He also plans to lift the state of emergency, which has been in place since the Paris attacks in 2015, and replace it with a new anti-terrorism law. Changes that could be put to the people to decide.
Ces réformes seront soumises.
These reforms will be put to a parliamentary vote, but if necessary, I'll put them to the people in the form of a referendum, because we need to renew the relationship between the French people and the Republic, which has been dissolved by a mechanical exercise of power.
This speech was modelled on the US President's annual State of the Union address, and for Macron, the splendour of Versailles added a touch of grandeur to an important occasion. But for his critics, the choice of such an opulent setting is another sign, they say, of his monarchical style of leadership. A number of opposition MPs and senators boycotted the session in protest, saying Macron's abusing his presidential powers. They say he's transformed from an approachable presidential candidate to an aloof leader who tightly controls his ministers and keeps the media at bay.
The French people are being deliberately manipulated here. It is wrong, and it is because of this that we're protesting today. We are angry. They invited us to Versailles today for this costly exercise to take part in this useless and imposed Grand Congress. I said no, and I didn't go.
Macron's regal style of presidency is in keeping with French tradition. Past leaders have emphasised the lofty nature of the role. It's a convention that even this most unconventional of French leaders seems keen to maintain. Natacha, Butler, Al Jazeera, Versailles.